Hey everybody, I'm making a video today to help identify fakes versus real pins. Some of them are really hard to tell and others are really easy. So for starters, all of these are very, very common. You go to Disney World, Disney Springs, you're gonna see all these. Make sure this one's fake. Alright, this one actually might not be. That one might not be. I don't think that one is. This one looks pretty good. Sorry. We'll take that one out. But these are all very common with being faked. Like, especially all of the ones for the, they're supposed to be from Up. The Wilderness Explorers badges ones, those are everywhere. Nobody wants those things. The shoes, these lanyards, whatever these things are supposed to be. What is, I can't even tell what this thing is. Oh, I see them everywhere. So anyway, let's go over the differences. Alright, so let's do these shoes here. One's real, one is fake. To me, it's really obvious which one's which, but, you know, if you're just starting out, you might think that this one looks good. But if you look really close and feel, you can feel these little gold lines here because the enamel dips so low. It's almost like they were filling it up with the enamel and they just were being cheap and they didn't fill all the way to the top. So that's what you're gonna feel. And then you look at the waffling. Look at this. It doesn't match up. It doesn't go all the way to the edge. The bubbling I have seen on some of the pins that I've pulled right out of mystery bags, so that's not always an indication, but yeah, if you look at it, this just looks awful. Alright, so the real pin, the waffling goes all the way to the edge, it's all even, it's shiny, it's smooth. Another good indicator, which isn't always 100%, is the knobs, these little knobs being here, but I've been seeing with the fakes more and more. Let me see if this one even has it or not. Oh, here's another shoe that's fake. That one doesn't have them at all, see? And then again, you see this edge on the waffling, they don't go all the way over, they kind of stop and uneven, so you'll see that. Another big one is you'll feel the weight difference. The thickness, the weight difference, sometimes the edges. See how it's not really smooth looking right here and it's all jagged? You know, Disney's not going to sell you a pin that you can cut your finger on. So here's the real pin. See how it's thicker? And it's all smooth. So the best way, at least for me, when I learned, was just having them and comparing them. You know, at first I did get a lot of fake pins. I mean, really in the very beginning, I was one of those people that bought a big lot on eBay because it was like 45 bucks for 100 because my friend told me to do it because he thought that they were real. And I just continued on with my research and stuff after I had gotten them and I was all excited, and then I was like, wow, these are not real. So then I didn't buy any more. But let's go and do some more examples here. So these are the emojis. Oh, sorry, not emojis. I always call them that. They're Tsum Tsums. I know this. I know the answer. I just can't spit it out. Alright, so the Tsum Tsums. Here's Mike, Monsters Inc. I don't know if you can see with this glare, because it dips down. So I can feel this line right here with my nail. Sorry, it's like zooming in on the other guys. I can feel this line, I can feel this line. It's not smooth across, it's dipping down. They didn't fill it in all the way. That's the best way to describe it. It's just not filled in. Then the edges, see them all? I know you can't feel it, but you can see it. Sometimes it's the color too, but you know, I'll go ahead and say it. Sometimes the fake colors are better than the real colors. Not always, but just sometimes I'm like, oh man, why was that one? Why didn't they just use the fake color? It looks better. But here's another one. This one's also fake. And see how you can see how it dips? It's not flush. This isn't smooth across. So yeah, Pluto's the same thing. He's dipped down. The edges on this one is actually pretty smooth. I don't feel any sharp edges on this one. Now let's look at the back. So the waffling is not awful compared to some others that I've seen that are worse, but you can see like right here, it doesn't get all the way over, a little bit there, but it has the knob. See, that's not 100% for sure thing with the little nubs there, but this one's still fake. So they are getting more difficult, but the enamel dipping is a really good indicator. And then this color seems a little off too. It's a little dark. And then you got like a real one. This is my Thumper. Oh, Thumper has a little chip. Oh no. Oh wait, it went away. Just kidding. So here's Thumper. See, this one's all smooth. See how you go like this and you don't see the dips? So that's a good way to tell. Not all of them are going to have the serial number, but a lot of them, newer ones now, are starting to have them etched in, and I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. So the back goes all the way to the edges. All the edges are nice and smooth. Yep, so that one, lady, same thing, so there's no dips. It's nice and smooth. The edges are nice and smooth and thick. The back's nice and shiny. It doesn't stick up too much. Sometimes with the fake ones, the penetrating emblem sticks up. Another good way to tell is, I don't know if any of my fake ones will have it, but where it says penetrating, or if it's in part of a series, it'll say like 1 of 4. Sometimes the words are spelled wrong, or I have it done wrong. So let's look at Jack here, the Jack Mickey head. So got this one and this one. See, these would be kind of hard to tell. They're very, very similar. Let me see if I can tell just by looking at them. Oop. What's going on with that one there? Look at these little... God, it almost looks like there's a drip mark there. You see it? Yeah, the other one doesn't have that. So I'm guessing that one's the fake one. Yep. So, besides that like weird drip mark that I just saw, this series has the etched serial code, but not all of them have that, so you can't just go by that. And you got the nubs. The waffling goes all the way to the edge, but see how even this waffling looks a little like bubbly or not completely smooth and shiny? That's just like, from what everyone says, quality control. Disney's just, like I said, I've pulled these out of the mystery bags myself and then looked at the back. I was like, geez, that doesn't look very good. And here's that. See how you can see right here just how rough the edge is, how it's raised up right there. But yeah, it doesn't have the etching. It's got whatever these drip mark, the dip there. Alright, let's see who's next. We'll do Spin from Frozen. So, what do we think about these? Well, first off, this Sven has a messed up eyeball. That doesn't help, so that kind of gives it away. But, could be a defect just from the manufacturer. Here's the back. See how it says Hidden Mickey 4 of 5? Sometimes there won't be like a space, and even this, look at the space difference between the 4 and the 5. Or it's spelled wrong, or it won't have like the right number there. But look at the color difference with the green also. Sometimes they're more vibrant just from Disney, and then obviously more shiny. What does this one say? See how the spacing, the 4 of 5 looks even on this one. Then you get this one, if it zooms, there we go. And look how far away the 4 is from the of versus. It's just little stuff. And the more and more you mess with the fake ones versus the real, because even that green's not too off there, but It's a learning game. That's really what it is. I'm still no pro. There's still some that I'm not positive about. Let me show you actually. Where is it? This one. So some of these older hidden Mickeys, like this one, I'm just pretty sure it's fake just because they're everywhere. All of these paint cans are, and then the edges aren't smooth and stuff, and the back's really, really raised up. But in general, you know, there's nothing else wrong with it, so it's still a little hard to tell with these ones, so I have to look at other people's pictures and try to compare to figure it out. Some of them just aren't as obvious. So let's check out the cupcakes. They both look fine at first from a first glance, but then you look at the dips. You see it. The lines are sticking up. It's not filled in all the way. This one's really bad. Let's see if you hear it. It's my nail catch on every single line. And you got this one, and nope. I mean, you're gonna feel the tiny, tiny bit of the line there, but in general, it's even. And I bought this cupcake set myself also. But see, it's got like the weird little bubbling almost there in the corner. But this is right from Disney. And there's a little code. And this back is raised up a little bit. Some are, some aren't. Depends on the set. But you can see the colors aren't that different. I mean, they still are. But, alright. This one was a pretty hard one. You got Hades. Well, I guess if you see the hair. Well, either way, you could think, though, that it looks correct. If they weren't side by side, you wouldn't really think the colors are too off. But the one that's actually real is the one on the right. And that's, I pulled this off of my husband's pin board because we have the tie collection. But I got this one at Disney Springs, and I thought to myself, I was like, man, that's a really good fake to show for this video. So I went ahead and grabbed it for the sake of you guys. So, come on. Why didn't I check the back off first? I don't know. Alright, let's check out the back. Also, the back, not awful. I've seen worse, but still not even. Look at the stamp. The stamp's not even. Which sometimes it's not even on the real stuff, though. The edges are, let's see, decently smooth. You can feel like a little bit, but not sharp. So this one's trying to get you. See, that one's decently smooth. And the colors, like I said, if you didn't have the other one there, this one looks just fine. Although I will say, look at his top of his hair. That color is almost the same color as that one. So it's just little stuff like that that you'll start picking up on. Having that blue background for the table doesn't help. But they're almost the same blue. And Disney wouldn't do that. See how they're different there? It's an obvious different shade. So it's, like I said, it's a learning process, that's for sure. Oh look, see, that stamp isn't even perfectly even either. But I got this from the hidden mystery bag. So that's just, you really have to just practice. These dips are a really big, oh, you can also feel the weight too. Jeez, I'm just like tossing these things all over the place. You'll be able to pick up a fake one and then pick up a real one, and you can feel the weight difference. The real ones are heavier. I should have got like a tiny scale so I can weigh them just to see what the difference is, but unfortunately I just didn't think about that. So yeah, there are some more common fakes. So I'm hoping that this helps you guys with the video. It's a shame that we have to even go through these links to figure out. It's really upsetting when you go there and you trade and you end up getting a fake. I mean, especially when you're trading a real pin for it. It sucks, but it happens. So On a brighter note, let me move these over. I'm going to show you guys what I got from Disney. Okay, so I am going to show what I got at Disney Springs, but I also just wanted to, I saw this one laying over here and I thought this was a really good example. If it focuses. Focus. It does what it's told. Why aren't you focusing? So if you see here, if it ever focuses. Well, see how the waffling doesn't even get to the edge all the way? And this is the waffling, the little Mickey symbols. It doesn't even get there. So that's a really good example of no. Look at that at the bottom. It doesn't even get to the bottom of the way. It stops. All the edges, it doesn't get there. So that's another good example. This one, my daughter grabbed without me seeing it. So we did trade a real one for this, unfortunately, but I was busy doing something else, so I couldn't tell. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We have fake pins on our boards, and we just, if we come across the real one, then we'll just get rid of the fake one when it comes time. But I don't have any shame of putting it up there. It doesn't bother me. It does a little bit, but I can still put it up there. But yeah, this one, see the waffling is mostly fine all around the edge. You can see the edge is like a little sharp and incorrect there. But this one's not an awful fake pin. There's no big gouges or anything on the edge, and it just dips a little. So this one, this is a close one, but I almost did good. Let me see. This is a real one that we had gotten, and the etching makes it easy. But yeah, you see there's that bubbling though in the waffling. And somewhere the waffling gets so flat sometimes where you're just like, geez, is that even real? This one I got, and I'm pretty sure it's fake because I know a lot of these are highly faked. I mean, the back looks okay. It's a little raised up though. And then the edges are really smooth and thick. But I think this is an older set, so I really doubt that there's an authentic one hanging around. Well, you never know. But I have a little baking set that I have, so anything like cooking, I like putting it in my set. So here's what all we did get from Disney Springs. This is just on a Thursday afternoon. Oh, don't worry, there's more fakes that we got, because my daughter trades for them sometimes. A fake for a fake, she'll just keep swapping them out. I have to keep a close eye that she doesn't give away our expensive pins for the ones that I know are fake. But she likes them and she's 6, so it's an ongoing battle. I got tricked with a paw recently too. I think this one's real, but I grabbed the Simba one and it wasn't. Well, this one's all nice and smooth and shiny. So I think that one's real. Dang it. I also grabbed the new lunchbox pin while I was there. The Zootopia. Let's open it. So that one's super cute. Everyone loves Zootopia. I just grabbed one for me. So, anyways, well, I hope this video helps you out and kind of helps you see what's real and what's fake, or at least see some difference to help you out. But I do want to just throw another disclaimer out there. Please, please don't buy the pins off of eBay, the 100 pins for $40. It is too good to be true, because they're not real. You know, if you're getting a real pin for like $2 at the very low end, that's a really good deal. And you can get some for $2 to $3 off of some grab bags from the pin trading Facebook pages and whatnot. From sellers that only sell authentic. But if you're buying 100 of them for $44 or whatever it is, this is what you're gonna get, a whole bag of these and nothing else. And then you're gonna go to the park and trade. And for those of us that have real pins that trade for real pins, you're gonna trade your fake ones for the real ones and just add to the problem. So if you're trading fake for fake, it does not bother me. But at least educate yourself, please, and don't be that person. Just don't buy the big lots at all. That would help, but don't be giving fake pins for real pins. Because some of us have spent money, and you know, we'd like to minimize the fake pins if we can. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching.